Hey guys, hello and welcome to Naveed for Speed. This is the Audi RS3 Saloon and I can't wait to take it out today. The reason being is because previously, if you've been watching some of my videos, you will have seen that I just drove the Audi RS3 hatchback and I want to see how this compares. This car is slightly longer, it's slightly lower, but otherwise it's practically the same thing. The new Audi RS3 is already an exciting prospect, but the Saloon is a car that I was really looking forward to driving. Having already driven the hatchback, I wanted to find out the appeal of the compact Saloon version and whether this affects the driving dynamics of the car. Both cars come with our 5-cylinder engine that has won the award for International Engine of the Year 9 times in its category. This one looks incredible in Python yellow, which stands out even on a beautiful day. So let's see how it drives. So here I am inside the Audi RS3 Saloon, inside the cockpit, and today I want to work out exactly what the differences are, or of course the similarities between the RS3 Saloon and the RS3 hatchback. The headline figures are the same, of course. Both cars have 294 brake horsepower, about 500 Newton meters of torque, which is slightly more than in the previous models, and that torque is available through more of the rev range. And the 0 to 60 time is 3.8 seconds, which, when you think about this car just being a small or a mid-sized family hatchback, or this one in particular is a very compact saloon car, that's 0.1 second away from the Audi R8 V10 Performance rear-wheel drive, which does 0 to 60 or 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. This does it in 3.8 seconds. So when you think about that, that's just crazy. And top speed is 155 miles per hour for both the hatchback and the saloon car. But of course, the one I'm driving today is a launch edition. There's only going to be 96 of them made, and this has a top speed of 174 miles per hour. So you join me in the beautiful, wonderful Cotswolds. It's my first time actually coming here, and I've had a look around, and it's just incredible. And so today I'm gonna put the car through its paces here in the Cotswolds on these rather lovely roads, to be honest. I'd heard a little bit about the roads and how, you know, there's some potholes and stuff around here, but the roads are lovely. But of course, as you go over certain cracks and bumps, the Audi RS3 Saloon seems to soak them up very nicely. The bumps on the road, you do feel them, you are aware that they're there. Of course, because this car does sit lower than the RS3 hatchback. It sits around 24 millimeters lower, and it's longer, but the wheelbase is exactly the same. So of course, headroom is the same for the driver and the passenger, but for the rear passengers, I believe the headroom is a little bit less headroom, and legroom is the same as you would expect in the hatchback because the wheelbase is the same. So how does it feel to drive then? Like I said, it's nice and comfortable. You do feel enough of the bumps in the road to understand, to feel the road surface, but of course it's not too uncomfortable. The driving position, like with the Audi RS3 hatchback, exactly the same. You know, nice sporty position, a little bit higher than I would have liked, but of course this car is also made for everyday driving. The same steering wheel that you get in the hatchback, it's a 3-spoke steering wheel. It doesn't have the flat bottom that you would normally expect in the RS models, and the digital dash is, well, Audi's digital dash. Audi are incredible at the digital dash, all the interior. Audi are very good at making it seem familiar. Anybody can get inside this car and take it for a drive, and that's exactly how it feels. Now, one of the things that I saw previously in the e-tron GT was the sort of gloss plastics that were on the center console. In the RS3, you still do get those gloss bits, but the sun's not reflecting off them into your eyes. Of course, the sun, I mean, it's really warm today, and I've got the AC off so you can hear me, so I'm actually sweating a lot, but the sun's not shining, so I'm not getting that reflection off the gloss black trim inside. But you know, it's not as bad as I remember it to be. Aside from that, you get this fine Napa leather with these Audi RS seats. Again, no adjustable headrest, but I quite like the design of them. And they're really comfortable. They're relatively wide. I mean, I've had cars in the past that the seats sort of hug you. They sort of, you know, squeeze your kidneys together. This car doesn't seem to do that for me. I am a little bit thinner than most people, I suppose, but it doesn't do that for me. So I guess anybody can get into this car and feel comfortable. The leg room is fine, the driving position is great, visibility is great. This is a great everyday car, and you know, it's got more practicality than the hatchback, because it's got more boot space, and of course it's easier to get in and out of in the back. But what you would imagine is that more Saloon RS3 Saloons would be sold than the RS3 hatchbacks, and I've been told that's not the case. It's more like a 66%, you know, 2/3 of the sales are Audi RS3 hatchbacks and 1/3 of the sales are the Saloon car. And I can't seem to think why, because this car looks incredible, feels incredible, and gives you more practicality than you do with the RS3 hatchback. I mean, I've already seen people driving around in the RS3 Saloon. It does seem to be a popular choice, but clearly there are people out there that are driving the hatchback. It's just preference, to be honest. They both feel exactly the same. Right, so the RS3 Saloon actually isn't much different to the hatchback. It's just a matter of choice at the end of the day, whether you prefer the Saloon or whether you prefer a hatchback. A hatchback will probably be easier to park around town. A Saloon will be easier for you to get stuff in and out of the boot. I think the Saloon looks better. So let me know in the comments which you prefer. Both cars come with that same 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine, which Audi have won numerous awards for, and I'm quite glad that they're keeping that engine alive in the RS3 hatchback and Saloon, and of course in the Audi TT RS, and I believe the RSQ2, I think it is. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, I'm glad they're keeping this engine alive. It's a really nice sounding, deep engine, and it gives you the performance that you need when you need it. Right, the Audi RS3 also comes with adaptive suspension, makes the ride nice and comfortable, and of course when you put it into sport mode, it makes that ride nice and firm but gives you the grip that you need. And in addition to that, you do get the torque splitter that I mentioned in the RS3 hatchback, which gives you traction in the rear wheel, in the outside rear wheel. So for example, if you're turning left, it gives you traction in the right wheel. It spins, basically gives you more speed. It eliminates understeer, and so you're able to take any corner, you know, at whatever speed you fancy, and come out of it on the other side in good shape. Not just come out of it, but come out of it in good shape. It really is a nice little car to hoon about in, and so I think it will satisfy a lot of people, for those who driving enthusiasts and also those who need it for practicality or for the family, you know, an everyday car. Audi have created an everyday car in the Audi RS3. And they've created it in such a nice, small little package. It's unbelievable. If you haven't driven an Audi RS3, go out and try one. Try this new one and take it around the corner. It's incredible. Right. Oh. Right, I felt that. When I put it into dynamic mode, now the car is ready and available for me to, you can hear that sort of slightly more exhaust sound. It gets a bit of a deeper no, ready to rev and go. Ooh. I like this cabin, really driver focused, really cool. You get all the information where you need it, when you need it. You can see everything that you need to see, feel everything. Everything's within nice touching distance. You get this infotainment system in the middle, which has touch screen and a sort of audible feedback as well. You can hear when you've clicked something. And of course, because the Audi RS3 is comfortable, you're not bobbing about trying to click whatever you need to click, and you get all these sort of nice buttons as well. it does take you a short while to get familiar with what the buttons are because they all look so similar. But once you get used to them, changing the climate controls, nice and easy. Just convenient. Everything's convenient. That was effortless. In sport mode, ready to put your foot down. The world just goes by you so fast. I can't believe it can shift that quickly. I need to comprehend what just happened. Like I said, this is almost like supercar performance in a small compact saloon, family saloon car. That is mad. And again. Yes, sir. Nicely there, I'll have some more of that. Oh yes, I love the Cotswolds. I love the Audi RS3. Oh, what a beautiful place to be. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful car. It's lovely. Oh, things just come at you so fast. And there's a person in the road. Looking into a bush. You better not be stealing something. Right now I'm in dynamic mode. I am starting to feel those bumps a little bit more. And you wouldn't want to do this for a long period of time, but then of course you're not going to be driving a long journey, possibly on the motorway, on an A road or a B road, in dynamic mode the whole time, are you? Unless you need to get somewhere really quick, which I wouldn't condone. You're not going to be in dynamic mode for too long, I hope. Otherwise, I wish you well. Probably feel like Lewis Hamilton actually in the Baku Grand Prix. Doing your backing. Anyway. Like the hatchback, the Audi RS3 Saloon is a capable car. It offers performance and practicality in great amounts. It's still a brilliant car.